Okay, yay, we're live. Happy Monday, everyone. Here we
Woo!
are, another Monday, another long day, but we're here. We're still doing it.
We made it.
Um, yeah, we made it. And tonight we're talking about some sad parts of Mockingjay. But before we get into that, there's not much ballad news, really, besides a little anecdote that we got today. But
The one other thing were the pictures that Rachel posted, which were kind
oh
of cute,
yes,
Oh,
right?
those
From
were
the
good.
set.
I didn't
That was
even
like
think
those were
about
last
that.
cute.
week.
Yes, so last week, rewind to last week.
There was like a cute picture of
That's
her
what I was waiting for.
soundboard. Her and Tom and her and Josh, which is really cute. And her like chair back, which are just like some cool behind the scenes pictures.
And also, we got the picture of her playing guitar in that field that looks very similar
Right.
to the field of Mockingjay Part 2.
Yeah, I love
The
that.
epilogue.
It's so good. Yes, it looks so good. I I, I think it was Jerry. Were you the one that said that, like, if they edit out the mountains, it'll be perfect? Somebody said
Yeah.
that, and yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a perfect location. It's so beautiful.
Oh, and there's a picture of her with the butterfly too, which I mean, I don't
What
think is
is
movie
what is
related, but
what is
it
Wink,
with
just
the
reminds
wink.
me of
butterfly
Katniss. And
imagery?
also, yeah, the butterfly.
There's so much butterfly imagery with this. I'm just like, where are they getting this from?
When
It's the
butterfly
working title.
is one word in the book.
Yeah, it's very strange to me. I mean, I feel like I don't know if just because it's the code name for like the production of the movie. I don't know if they're just like relying on that.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
but
Maybe
like,
it's just because like they could have gone with snake or like songbird, but like that's so obvious because it's in the actual title.
no, that's
I
very
don't
true.
know.
If they just went by Snake, I think that would honestly be kind of funny.
It'd be funny if they came up with like the roundabout names. You know how like when people sell like unofficial, like let's say Harry Potter merch somewhere, they'll be like Wizard Boy, like like this kind of like
Yeah.
euphemistic
Snake
phrasing.
Girl.
Yeah, I'd be like Snake singing Snake Girl. Like I don't know.
But it looks really good. I'm excited. And like with the interview that Francis gave, it makes me a little bit more hopeful. I'm just kind of mad that he doesn't want it to be 3 hours.
Yeah, Francis has been talking. We've been getting
Yeah.
quotes from him because he's doing press for Slumberland.
Yeah, which I'm excited to see. I'm gonna watch it. I think it comes out this week. Yeah. Um, I liked the book like when I was younger, so I think it'll be interesting to see like how his direction has kind of changed. But I don't know. He's given a lot. He's spilling tea, which I did not expect him to do at all.
Yeah, he
Usually
keeps
we,
saying that it's like the same but different.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, okay.
We get
Like
it.
we can kind of see that honestly, like from the set photos. It's just super different. Um, but I think he kind of drives the point more that it's going to be. I don't want to say the same but different. I'm trying to word it a little bit better than that. He's taking a new direction intentionally, and it changed the style intentionally. But I think it's going to be a Hunger Games story.
Yeah, still feel like the Hunger Games,
Yeah,
even though it looks different
yeah.
characters.
Which I mean, I think it's needed. I think if it looked, I'm still on this boat where like if he made it look exactly like the other, like the trail, not the trilogy, but the four movies, it would just be kind of like same old, same old. So he kind of had to go to with a new direction for it, which I appreciate.
It's interesting that he said like the shooting time was slightly less than Catching Fire, but the movie's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
longer.
longer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like in 2013 they just shot movies a little bit more slowly. Then I don't know. He also had to deal with like Hawaii.
Yeah.
True.
like dealing with all of
True.
that.
Atlanta,
And
New
it-
Jersey.
Yeah.
That makes
God.
sense.
So I feel like he had an easier time shooting it.
But I
Well,
mean, he confirms that it's definitely going to be the longest film, which I'm excited about. Like
So
somewhere
happy.
between Catching
mean, it
Fire
has to
and
be.
3 hours.
Woohoo!
I would be really mad if it wasn't the longest film. I feel like it deserves. I mean, it's the longest book, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
it has to be the longest film.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could split Mockingjay into 2 parts, like you can surely make a long ballad.
hmm I mean, it's exciting to have that confirmed at this point
Yeah,
because, I mean, like normally we'd have to wait till the runtime comes out, but and we don't know what it's exactly going to be. But to know that it's at least going to be longer than Catching Fire, I think makes all of us pretty happy.
100%.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
really wish she would have gone with the 3 hours.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be like 2:52 or something.
Oh God, that's what I was thinking too. Honestly, I'm like, you don't know. Who knows what it's gonna be? It might be that long.
Yeah, it could be close to 3 hours. He just doesn't want it to hit 3 hours. Okay, I understand that. 3 hours looks like a lot.
Just make it 6. Make it 6 hours, please.
6 hours.
I would watch that.
Miniseries.
I'd
Honestly,
watch that too. Yeah.
People would. Only a few people would, but people would.
But we don't watch it like 100 times, so like it's fine.
It'll make up for it. Yeah, we're getting to the theater a lot, so it's fine.
That's true.
We're all the fans that the Hunger Games needs. Is just this little group right here to make their
You-
money.
And another point of news that I don't think we've talked about that much is that Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever beat Catching Fire for the largest November release.
Whatever.
But that
Marvel.
it was a good,
be
it was good, though.
Inflation.
I mean, it's
I'm gonna-
amazing.
It is a very
Inflation.
good movie.
No,
No,
the cheese.
That's true.
no and also like movie tickets are so much more expensive nowadays, just in general, like without
Fair
the
point.
inflation. But I mean, it's a great movie, but we're still gonna have to beat it next year. I don't know if it'll do
There's
it.
no way we're beating it.
No, I think of this movie as like the little engine that could. Just like
Aw.
That's cute.
I hope not.
I mean, no, I hope so because he ends up going over the hill. Like
Oh,
he
geez.
ends up doing it.
That's so wholesome.
It's just honestly though, like that's how I feel about this movie. I hope it goes well. I don't have the most confidence in it, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, I hope it surprises me.
I do think the interest has definitely risen from what I've seen online, which is, I guess, a good sign. But like, we're still a year out from the movie, so I don't really know how much staying power that's gonna have.
I think
Once we
we'll
get
really
closer.
know. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
trailer.
God, that trailer! It better be the best freaking trailer I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm so excited for it.
I'm banking everything on this one trailer, on this 2
No,
minutes
honestly-
and 30 seconds.
No, honestly, like that's how I feel. I remember when the first trailer for the Hunger Games, like the first Hunger Games movie came out. I snuck into the library during class. I told my teacher I had to go use the restroom and
Oh my
watched it on the
gosh.
computer. Watched it on the computer in the library.
That's
And,
iconic.
I love that
One-
so much.
one of the librarians, she came over to me and she was like, "Are you supposed to be in class?" And I was like, "Yes, but the Hunger Games trailer is out." And she was like, "Oh wait, let me watch it with you." And her and I watched it together.
I love that.
That's iconic.
And I hope that it was the best thing that's ever happened to me, honestly. I hope listen, I have high expectations for Ballad. Honestly, probably unreasonably high expectations. It better be that good, at least the trailer.
I used
for
to
me
have
to
a
skip
ritual
class.
like before. So the trailer came out when I was in 6th grade. And I remember every day
Oh my
before
God.
school, every day before school, I would wake up early and make sure that I like watched it a certain amount of times. Like maybe this is just my OCD, but I'd have to watch a certain amount of times, and then I would memorize it. I would like quote
No,
it back all
I
day.
don't. The amount of like like right before this, I was watching just like since we were reading Mockingjay, I was watching Mockingjay scenes and then Catching Fire scenes, and then I ended up watching the trailers. I know every word to everything. Like it's very
Yes.
upsetting. Like
It is upsetting. That's the perfect word for it.
That just made me feel so old. Like me sitting in my college dorm room watching the first trailer.
Me in middle school.
Same. It made me feel very old. Very, very old. It's fine. But
It's
hey,
fine, it's
we're all
fine.
here together for Ballad. But I'm just excited. I'm just like, please just drop it now for my mental health. Just release it. Like I need to see the
Please.
thing.
I
When do
mean,
you
it needs
think
to be
we'll get a
good,
trailer?
so they got to spend some time on it.
I feel like
I-
we're gonna get. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
please.
No, you go.
No, Jerry.
Speak, Jerry.
I
Sorry.
speak too much, please.
It's okay. When with the with the John Wick trailer just came out and it's supposed to come out in March, I'd expect it to show at the start of that movie in theaters.
Ooh.
That's
I
what
can
I
see
think.
that.
Interesting.
Okay.
So by March, maybe.
Mhm.
Jerry called it.
It
Oh,
would
that
be
makes me
March.
excited.
No, I was feeling March too.
Okay.
So yeah.
I was thinking
Yourself
like
too.
May, so March. I'm all for that.
Mhm.
I just think it's because I'm too hopeful, but I think that we might get something before the end of the year, like a small
Oh.
teaser,
I'd
like
love
a
that.
small, like
Like
just
the
something.
littlest thing, like
Yeah.
we did for the first movie.
Yeah, I think it's good. 'Cause, I mean, the marketing with this, like with Lionsgate in general, like they know what they're doing with this franchise. At least I hope so. I don't know if it's the same team for Ballad, but like Catching Fire, we had a year and a half before that movie came out, and
Oh,
the marketing
horrible.
was chef's kiss. It was the best thing.
Yes.
It was so good, and they release stuff very, very regularly. We got stuff like more than a year out, so I'm hoping with Ballad we'll get something before the end of the year.
It's almost like we already are getting things.
We
though.
are-
like
no,
with the
I was about to say,
TikToks.
there's-
It's totally different.
It's different.
than the
Mm.
first movie. Like I would say that first TikTok that we got was more than that teaser trailer that we got from.
Where she's walking
Hunger
in
Games.
the woods and then goes
Yeah.
into the forest.
So
God, that
don't
aired at the
know.
MTV Movie Awards. I think is when that aired, or the VMAs, one of those. That was
the
very,
way that we like sat and just waited for that.
literally. I did not care about whatever award show was going on at the time. I was just like, let me see the Hunger Games trailer, and it was kind of
They kept
disappointing.
faking us out too. They were like, Hunger
Yes.
Games coming up soon. And it's like,
They
they said
always
it's
do
coming
that,
next.
though.
They said it's
They al-
coming next. And it never did.
They
That's
always
award
do that.
shows.
But I don't think they'll do that this time with Ballad. I think it is going to be more like TikTok driven. I mean, I want to say Twitter, but now Twitter is just not.
I can't wait for
it's
Twitter to die.
honestly, it's
I'm
collapsing.
over it.
Just go back. Let's all go back to Tumblr at this point. I
I'm already there.
reactivated my account. Yeah, same.
No, Twitter is so nostalgic though,
I
especially in
know.
the like the fandom space,
I
like Hunger
know.
Games.
But
Like
it's
that's
the
where everybody
cesspool
was.
of the internet. It's
I
like
It
know,
is,
but it was
but
such a
that's-
wonderful place. Like,
It
like I
was,
was
but-
never in the cesspool part. It was just Hunger Games for me.
I don't go looking for the cesspool. It finds me. Okay. Like
comes.
I have so
It's
many
it's definitely
muted-
so much worse now. Like I'm hardly on Twitter. Like I haven't been on it for a long time since like Hunger Games days, and it was so much easier to just focus on like what you wanted to. And now,
Yeah, you
like,
can't
I
do
don't know,
that.
with ads and
I've
promoted
muted-
things. It's awful.
I've muted so many keywords. I've blocked so many accounts. Like it just finds you, man. Like I don't know. I feel like there's so many things that I've reported to Twitter also that I'm like, I'm convinced it's part of their algorithm to be a cesspool. Like they just promote
It is.
the
No, it
most
is.
vile things.
They get money
Like,
from it. They get a lot of money from it, like just engagement
Yeah.
from like just very outlandish things that people say on there.
So
It's
I'm just ready
gross.
for it to crash and burn. I'm over it.
And at the same time,
Anyway.
I'm nostalgic for it because I remember the first set photos that came in the first Hunger Games movie during the reaping scene with Jennifer Lawrence in her blue dress. That was the best day of my entire life, like on Twitter.
Good times.
Good times. R.I.P. Twitter.
But one thing that I guess I don't want to read too much into it, but it was interesting that Francis said he didn't expect Suzanne to ever write anything else.
No, I trust me, I spiraled from that. I was
And it
very
just
upset.
makes me like,
I
oh
absolutely
no,
read into it.
it makes me feel like she's definitely, I already feel this way, but I don't think she's ever gonna write anything else.
I know.
But
I'm very upset
No,
about it.
I
I think she
disagree.
is.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so too.
I'm in like
I
a full-blown
want-
delusion. I'm like, that is code for saying that she didn't think she would write ballad, but then she did, which means she could be writing
now she's
more.
into it.
Or she thinks she's not into it right now, but give it a couple years and we'll be right back over here.
Yes. Yep.
I agree, but I hate to say it. I think it really has to do with the success of Ballad the movie.
For
If it's-
Suzanne to write another one?
Yeah, like I don't think that she. I mean, I'm not Suzanne Collins. I don't know, like if
Really?
she actually meant this. Unfortunately, no.
Because
But
you would have a
it's-
lot of explaining to do if you were.
I
Sorry,
definitely
carry on.
would. But I feel like she didn't really want to write Ballad until she saw the success of the movies. And I think the pandemic, especially, kind of, I mean, she might have started writing it before. I mean, she's definitely started writing it before the pandemic, but she had a reason to write Ballad. And I think it had to do with more recent events in history, like American history. I don't
True.
know. I
Right,
think she has to have something to like inspire her.
Right. And that's and I would say that's accurate based off of like her inspiration for the trilogy and the way that, human history is progressing in the moment. I think she could get a lot of books written. I don't know.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
she
she's
definitely
having a
could.
field day right now.
No, she could
Unfortunately.
she could write tens of dozens of Hunger Games books, and like I would read every single one of them. But I think that she's just kind of living her like little cozy life in a little cabin somewhere in Connecticut, and
Honestly,
which like I would do the same.
she needs to write fan fiction. I would read that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I hope that she writes more though, because like it's just I really hope that France, because I
Well-
mean Emma, I thought the same thing where when he said that I was like I hope that she writes more, but I don't know
Just-
with this quote.
Just give it 2 more years for the next elections. And there'll be plenty of inspiration and like
Yeah.
Yes.
reason to want to comment on American society and politics.
Mhm.
And that's fine.
There we go.
True.
Watch her write a prequel Underland book instead.
Oh, come on.
God, don't say that. Do not bring that
Everyone's
into
like,
existence.
That's cursed.
Everyone's like, no, girl, this is not the one we want you to write.
She's like, it's what we need though.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't care what we want, guys. She doesn't.
She
I know she
doesn't.
We need to
She-
read about
she
giant
doesn't-
rats.
And good for her.
As much as I'm glad that she's not like a public figure, I really kind of wish that she was, so that I could just ask her questions.
Just a little more. She doesn't
Just
need to
a
be
little more.
full-blown. Yeah,
like
just a
she
little
does,
bit more access.
she
to her.
doesn't she doesn't need to be J.K. Rowling. She can just,
No, that's for
you
sure.
know, every now and then, like
It's more like-
an Anina Jacobson, like, 'cause she just kind of periodically comes on and answers questions, and that's it. I think
Right.
Suzanne needs to do that.
Would you guys be interested in her like writing something new?
Oh yeah, that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be down.
I would be down.
I think that'd be so cool. I'm
I
like,
didn't even
I'm
think
ready
about
for her to
that.
write a new, like, she can't write anything except for the Hunger
Yeah.
Games.
I was like, no, she's married to this. It's not
I
happening.
thought I had heard a while back that she was writing a new YA dystopian book. Did anyone else hear that? Was that a rumor?
Oh,
I
yes,
swear I
yes,
heard
yes, yes,
that.
yes.
What?
No, Chase, I've read this before. Yes. I
Was
cannot.
it real?
I mean, it was like 2 years ago, so I don't know. Whatever
Maybe
Yeah,
it
it
happened
was
was
2 years
supposed to be like
ago.
a whole new story.
Maybe somebody like got a tip that she was writing something, but it was actually valid.
Or I feel like maybe she
Mhm.
started writing a new story and then got ideas and was like, yeah, I'm going to have to put this to the side. So maybe there is another one day.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think that'd be
I'm
fascinating.
good. I'm good with the trilogy.
I-
We can just
I knew
she
you
made
would
her
say that,
money.
Chase.
I'm just the purist. Like I just want that. I'm good with that. I
Chase
didn't
doesn't
need
want
balance,
anything
but-
to taint the original series.
I mean, it does say at the top of Mockingjay, like the book cover, it says the final book of the Hunger Games, and it's like, Suzanne, that's a lie.
This aged, this aged incorrectly.
If
Not
only.
even not poorly, just incorrectly.
But at the end of the ballad, that's the end. instead of-
Yeah, I was just gonna
Mm.
say there is that
Mhm.
little moment there.
The end of Snow's perspective story, maybe.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Dun,
Mockingjay
dun,
says
dun.
end of book 3, right? Isn't that what it says?
Yeah,
So
It says the end, right?
it does?
yeah.
The
It's just
I
epilogue?
think the epilogue says the end.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But the end of the story, I don't know about like the before the epilogue.
Yeah, the epilogue just says the end.
it's just crazy that she
Bummer.
like created this entire world and is just like, I'm just gonna visit it sometimes.
I mean, yes.
It's such a rich world that there's so much to explore with it, but she was just like, no, do a little hands off with this.
It must be draining because a lot of like terrible stuff happens.
You know, that's true. That's very true.
And she has to like pull it from somewhere. So like, I
Yeah.
don't
We're
That is a
also the
good
ones
point.
with the obsession with it too. So
Yeah, I didn't consider that it's like, as much as like we're over here like give me more, Suzanne, like she has her relationship with the story, which is different than ours because we're fans,
Mhm.
whereas this is her like creation, so it's just like by default a different relationship. And then if it's constantly inspired by really heavy subject matter, I feel like, yeah, it's like one of those things you just have to be in the right headspace for it.
Yeah.
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 And if she's like, a private person that lives in the woods somewhere with her family and likes to keep to herself or whatever, something tells me she's not like, the most optimistic person. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know her. She could be happy-go-lucky.
She's just
yeah,
an
but-
introvert.
I feel like she's
No, I
she's
know.
definitely seen some shit though.
True.
Yeah. I mean, I
Or
have
hurt
like
my
my
dad.
theories about that as
Yeah.
well, but yeah.
Um,
Maybe we'll get another book.
Hmm.
All this to
But-
say.
Francis, it seems like he doesn't really think so. He thought that this was amazing that we just got this one.
Yeah, it makes me
You
a
could
little
convince her.
anxious. He could.
It
I-
sounds like he couldn't convince her. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm
Convince
reading
me.
into it.
I was gonna say
That-
But he did say that after Mockingjay that he didn't think that there was going to be anything else.
Like,
And
Yeah.
he kind of said
he-
she didn't want to write one, so that makes me think that like he asked her like, "Yeah, are you ever gonna like write another book? Like, would love to make a movie. Is it gonna happen?" And that she was like, "No."
Suzanne, please, if you're listening.
Suzanne knows what the people want. She just doesn't care. So
True.
True. Unfortunately.
Do we have any other valid things to talk about?
I mean, no, but these few chapters will definitely make me talk about
Oof.
Ballad again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Rip.
What are we
Well,
on?
21.
21 and 22.
One.
21.
21.
Okay. So we start out with PETA requesting to die.
And
Unfortunately.
it just gets
Oh.
worse from there.
That breaks my heart.
But okay, I love how Jackson is the first one to be like, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
True. I'll give Jackson that one.
I'm gonna be honest though, like when I first read this, I was like, okay, kill PETA, just do it. Just get it over with because
Wow.
he's
What?
being annoying. When I first read it, listen, I was like 15. So I just wanted because he seemed dangerous to me. He seemed scary. I was like, PETA's gonna go off and like kill Katniss at some point. To me as
Mm.
well. But it's so sad. He's such a sweetheart. So like now I'm just like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, Katniss.
Well, in this chapter, and I mean, he slowly starts to, like, you see pieces of PETA emerging again.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we get the hanging tree again.
Oh, yes. I love it.
So like back to Ballad.
Right.
Yeah.
Direct reference.
Yeah, like every time the hanging tree comes up, like the characters are always trying to flee something. Like within the context of Ballad and like throughout the entire trilogy. And even how the poem or the song is written, that it's this idea of always trying to flee something, but we see that things change whenever you actually don't flee, but you like confront and you take a stand, you know?
Yes. That was a very good observation, honestly.
I love this
Powerful
poem so
topic.
much.
Same.
Yeah, it's amazing that we got like the origin of the hanging tree. Like,
It's so
so
cool.
cool.
It's so
yeah.
cool. Which like at first I hated because I was just like, oh, she's rehashing like the original trilogy here. But as I go back and reread Mockingjay, I'm just like, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant.
I just can't wait till we hear it in the film too. It's just, it's gonna be like chills. It's gonna
Mhm.
be amazing.
I hope it's the same tune that they do in the original trilogy.
It's
think
gotta be.
It's gonna be interesting if they don't do it though. To
I can
how
see
it
them
kinda,
not
like,
doing
changes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little nervous about that. But
Yeah, maybe, but also like Appalachian like folk music kind of stays true to its roots. So I don't know. I think it could go either way.
that's so true. I grew up in the Appalachian area, which I'm glad that you said Appalachian instead of
Except
Appalachian.
Appalachia, yeah.
Oh god, it bothers me so much. when
Yeah,
people
Me,
do
me
that.
never saying that out loud because I'm afraid I'm gonna do it wrong.
It's I mean that sort of like folk music. My grandma taught me songs like that I doesn't really have a like sheet music or whatever with it, and it just kind of passed down, and I love it. I think it's so good. I really hope they keep it kind of the same.
I think it'll be the same tune, but it just won't be as epic. So it'll still feel a little bit different. Because in the
I could see
movie
that.
it transitions into like this chorus, but
Oh,
I
that
think it'll
scene is
be
so good.
Yeah.
it'll be scaled back and simpler in Ballad, I think.
I can see
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
I can see that too.
Like acoustic because she's playing in the meadow. So like kind of like softer,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
I agree. There's this one cover of the hanging tree that I saw on YouTube. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I will send the link in the group chat. It's very good. It's a lot more low key, but it still kind of sounds like the movie. And I'm hoping that they do something like that.
Then we got Gail
Mm,
saying that he'll kill
Mm.
PETA before that happens.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
That was
Of
really
course he
easy
will.
for him.
It's a little too easy.
I like how it's like PETA hesitates. Yeah, like, do I trust this dude? He's like, I'm gonna get what I wish for then if Gail says he's gonna kill me.
I hate Gail so much.
Ugh. Daily rant or weekly rant of Gail hate.
Honestly, it gives me the ick. I hate it.
And they talk about having Nightlock. And PETA is the only one without the Nightlock, which she blames on Coin.
Yeah. I wish that it was like, I'm glad that they had it included in the movie, but I wish it was more of a thing.
Yeah, it's not in the movie, really.
Like when they meet Squad 451, like Jackson in the movie, like gives them Nightlock pills.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's a thing. And then it's not until Mockingjay Part 2 where Katniss, spoilers, I don't know. Like,
No, we can spoil it because it's been a decade.
it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Shoots Snow and then decides to take the Nightlock pill. And it's a big scene and all that stuff. But like in the movie, it's just kind of passed off as like, oh, what's going on here? What's she doing?
And then Katniss says it feels like she's back in the arena.
Oh,
I hate that. God, that whole
ugh.
internal
Yeah.
dialogue. It makes me so
Harsh.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
And all I see are like the connections between these two chapters and the arena game she's been in. And just
Yeah.
this character can't catch a break.
She's 17, which is just like the most insane thing to me.
Ugh.
Okay, but we get my favorite part when they're looking for the food and
Oh,
PETA gives her the
yes.
lamb stew.
Yes. Which
It's
they-
the little
they-
things.
they kind of have it like in that deleted scene in the movie where they like are looking through shelves and all that stuff and get food.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have had lamb stew situation because it's so cute. It's so
It's just
cute.
so little, but it's so
Yeah.
sweet. It's a
It
little
is
piece
so
of
sweet.
PETA.
Of course, like the Capitol stocking up on supplies. Like, oh,
Yeah.
pandemic vibes.
I
Yeah.
thought
True.
the
We are the
same
capital.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like how she used the lid and made it into a spoon because I'm like, that's gonna cut my
Blech.
mouth.
Yeah. Ugh.
It scares me. I would never. I would just drink it from the can at least. I wouldn't use the spoon or the
Yeah, why
lid
not
as a
just drink
spoon.
it from the can?
Yeah, now that you put that image in my mind, that kind of hurts.
Sorry to drop that on you. I hate it, though. It's always bothered me.
And then they're announced on TV as being dead. And they know that it'll only last for a few hours, so they gotta get out of there.
Which this from here on, it just feels very different than the movie.
Yes.
Like things happen out of order that I remember from the movie, but like are different in the book.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I didn't realize how many deaths there were before Finnick. We'll get to there. I'm gonna be very upset about that, but I didn't realize that like the whole Masala burning his skin off and
Oh
all
my
that stuff happens,
gosh.
which is horrifying. But I didn't realize that happened before Finnick's death because in the movie it happened after.
Hmm.
Yeah, on this page, I like how Suzanne like contrasts to different messages that are being broadcasted. Like effectively we see there are people going to war, but they're also fighting over who has control of the narrative of the Mockingjay.
Yeah.
And
True.
like even like how you portray the deaths, is it going to be an arena style, or is it going to be like a call to action for the rebellion? And then it connects with today of like who has control over information, and who has control over the narrative of stories today.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's so true. I mean, war is kind of war is kind of crazy, and I didn't really understand kind of like how propaganda works, like when I first read this, and then now seeing how actual war is, like with like Ukraine and Russia and stuff. It hits harder, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just thinking about like the sofa and stuff for Emily.
The sofa.
The green plush sofa. I was just thinking about you in chairs.
I do love chairs.
I know. And then they decide that they can't take to the streets. So, dun dun dun, they have to go underground, which I hate. As soon as they said that idea, I was like,
No,
no.
same.
Oh, you're just like
Same.
Katniss.
Yeah.
Her quote is so funny. Like thinking that she doesn't want to go underground. She's like, I dread dying down there, which is kind of dumb because like if I die above ground, the next thing they're gonna do is put me underground. And I'm like, yeah, but you
Yeah.
won't be alive. So
Yeah.
I think it's legitimate to want to die above ground.
It made me sad though when I read that, because I
It
was
was very
like,
grim.
Yeah,
It's
it was
very
so matter of
grim.
fact too.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's very matter of fact in this chapter, especially this one and the next one.
And PETA doesn't want to go with them. PETA's like, keep me here, and he keeps pouting about it. But
I
then I,
feel
think
like it's a good sign that he like pleads to Katniss at the end though. It's almost like progress that his line like, Katniss, please, like, don't you see I want to be out of this? Like he's going to Katniss for something instead of, I don't know, not wanting to engage with her, I guess.
right. Or even not realizing like his behavior or the consequences of his behavior and his actions.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that in itself, like when you can realize that through like traumatic events and how it shaped you and stuff, when you can see those connections, then that's like a huge sign of like healing.
Oh, that's so true. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Little PETA. Oh, baby.
I think it's interesting how she asks, like, have I turned PETA into a piece of my own private games?
Oh,
I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's rough.
Yeah.
She's really rough on
Mm.
PETA in this chapter.
Mm-hmm. Really hard on herself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so hard on herself. And I feel like she's been asking like a question similar to that since like the first book, when she's trying to figure out whether she likes PETA or not, or like why did she attempt to take the Nightlock at the end of the first games. It all stems from that.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
But then they finally convinced PETA to go with them.
Like, I mean, at this point, I would have backed out. Honestly,
I know. I'm like, I don't know about this mission. It's looking a little
Right,
dark right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
think I'm
gonna
gonna
like
go home.
walk back.
Let me know how it goes. I'll see you in District 13.
I mean, even after the oils incident, when she was like, kind of like, you can back out now, it's fine. And I'd just be like, all right, cool. See you later. Like,
Well, since Boggs died, I feel like that's when like there's like a flip switch. Like all of a sudden everything just gets worse and worse and worse before it can get better.
100%. Which
Mhm.
like better is relative here because like
Yeah.
Mm.
Everyone's dead.
does it?
Does it get better? I don't know.
God, I feel so sorry for this. I mean, she's a child essentially. Like it's so sad.
Mhm.
And then
But
Then-
as
Oh, go ahead.
as much as like I personally don't like going underground either, but I think it's so cool that there's like this new arena, new setting that is underground. Because
yeah,
yeah, I don't like there was the tunnels and Ballad, but it's not necessarily like the entire thing being underground. So I thought this was like a unique spin on like how a game maker could design an arena.
Mhm. I love that quote from the movie when Snow's like, "The arena has moved underground." That's
See,
so
I just
creepy.
think it's creepy, but I'm like, that's so cool.
it's also interesting to see how like the capital functions. Like to have this whole like underground infrastructure.
Where the Avoxes work. Yeah.
Oh God, which I wish they would have kept in the movie. It makes me so mad. Their deaths.
The screams.
Yes,
Oh.
like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah.
awful, but like I just want that in the movie so badly. I'm kind of mad that they didn't put it in.
Well, Dr. Gold love, you know.
Yes, God, they have one more chance. They have one more chance to put that in the movie of Avox's
3 hours.
screams.
Come on.
Come on, Francis.
Ugh.
Francis, we're pleading, please.
Reshoots if you have to.
Honestly.
Go back to Germany.
Or we'll do the voices. Okay, maybe not.
That line is so sad. It took 5 years before we were able to buy his way up to ground level. Didn't
Oh,
see
Yeah.
the sun
it's so
once.
sad. Which, like, when I read it, I forgot that like was in the book because I remember that line from the movie, and it was just like, oh, that's upsetting. I can't. I forgot that it was in the book.
Just imagining too, like capital families, like if someone becomes an Avox and is like at the bottom like levels of like whatever they're doing, like them putting all of their like money and resources to like try and get them like somewhat of a better life. I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
it's so sad.
I really wish they would have dug into more of the Avoxes in the movies. I'm very
It's like
upset
a
about it.
whole huge plot line that's just cut out.
Which, like, I asked this before. Have y'all read the original like script for the Hunger Games?
Oh, rip.
we
I think
did
it was
part
Billy
one.
Ray. And like they had Gale break into the Capitol, and I'm not even kidding, and like
Yeah.
live with the Avoxes.
So stupid.
It's so stupid, but I mean, at least listen, we're getting more Avox background than what they ever ended up doing in the movies.
Which it's so dumb that they like tried to put that in that way because there's enough Avox material that's interesting in the book itself.
Exactly. and then the movies, they're just like standing there, like just in the background, hanging out.
Yeah.
So Ballad, you have one job.
Well, it seems like they might be trying to rectify that a little. I mean,
I'm
from the
hoping.
ads of the Avoxes, I don't know. It seems like they're gonna lean into that. I
I
hope.
really hope so. They have
Yeah.
listen, they have with Ballad, they have a lot to lean into.
They do.
And
do.
if they're going to be doing less than 3 hours, I'm like, oh, like I hope they do it, but I don't know. It just needs to be 3 hours. I'm on that boat.
3.5.
On 6. Just give,
Let's
just give
make
me
it
the
6.
6. Yeah, why not?
6 hour cut, please. Please, 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 please. So anyway, Mockingjay.
Um,
Peeta's saying, well, then you just became our most valuable asset and like being like
aw,
himself
it's so
again.
sweet.
Oh,
It's so sweet.
Aw.
hmm.
Just take a moment to let that sink
Uh.
in before it gets bad again.
And even how Katniss is like viewing Peeta, it's like how she used to view him too.
Mhm. And then they find a place to have a little nap time.
But Katniss looks around at
Yes.
everybody and is like, I wonder how many of us will ever see the sun again.
Stop.
Oh, that's too
That
much.
line, that
Ah.
What
line.
kind of foreshadowing is that, Suzanne?
Just so rude.
Jeez.
The audacity.
Why?
But also the fact that you referred to it as just like a little nap time.
Yeah. That's what it is,
This-
right?
I mean, it is. I think they do this scene really well in the movie, but the little lizard people, no, it's
Ugh,
scary.
not the
Oh,
lizard
Scary.
people. They
Uh,
terrify
them.
me.
I hate them.
They're so creepy.
I think they
Oh.
did them really well in the movie as well. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
look exactly like how I imagined them, honestly. Other than like, I wish they had bigger mouths, but they're still good. They're still good.
I'm gonna jump back to the top of page 302. When Katniss and Peeta, they're having a little conversation.
Oh,
Christ.
But they're talking about, like, she asks him how he knows how to sort out the real
Shiny or not
memories and like the
shiny.
not real memories. And then he says this like weird line. Yes, and if I could grow wings, I could fly. Only people can't grow wings. He says, real or not real. And I always thought that was like the weirdest thing
No, I
No, I
I
agree.
liked it.
for
No,
him
no,
to
no, no, no.
say.
I always thought it was weird too.
But then
I
I'm
think-
like,
yeah.
okay, but wait, but what if like in the Capitol he saw something like testing on Avoxes or something, like
Oh,
oh wow.
them becoming like
Ew.
some type of like bird mutt or something.
What
Like,
if
I
they
don't know,
just
No,
showed him Katniss's dress at the Court of Quell?
that's what I was thinking.
you
Is
know,
like
maybe, but
I
I
think
like
that
to
he
connect
just,
it to ballads. So.
No.
which I normally like to do as well, but I just think that he was saying that because there's so much bird imagery with Katniss, and he just kind of connected the two. It was like, she's bird-like, and I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
it could be them,
Like,
them messing with a memory of like her in the Mockingjay dress.
yeah, that's
Like,
what I
what
was
I
that
always
makes
thought.
sense to me too. But you know, I'm just going out on a limb here. Wild idea.
I like it.
I like it. Connecting it back to ballad. We got to do that.
but then we get the sweet moment too, where she
We
brushes
do.
his hair.
Oh, it's
Oh.
so
So
cute.
You're still trying to protect me, real or not real? Real. I forgot this happened. I don't know how I forgot about it, but I just did, and I was like, oh, I love this. But then all of a sudden we hear the Katniss, and I'm like, no.
So creepy. Oh, even how it's
So-
written, it just looks creepy. Ugh.
Yes.
Stop it.
What is
Uh-uh.
happening?
Stop.
Guys, Halloween is over. Okay.
Right.
Chicken salad.
No. Listen to your Christmas music. Stop.
Boom, boom, boom. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell. Rock.
Oh, boy.
But like, imagine if it was like my niece saying Katniss in the video that I sent you guys on the group chat,
Oh my gosh.
of her saying just Katniss. Like, that
I
was
love
what was in the sewers. It was just that voice.
Katniss.
Katniss.
I also want us to make that into a real thing.
Yes. Somebody make the edit.
Somebody edit, please. I cannot do anything online. Like, I'm so
That's
bad
amazing.
at that.
I need that now.
but then the most depressing chapter in the entire book happens. And
Let's just-
if
I
we
mean,
don't have to talk, let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
All right,
let's skip.
everybody,
Okay, good night.
have a great
No.
night. Thank you for listening
Chapter
to
23
Talk.
next week.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? My book is just blank at that part.
Yeah, I mean, there's no meat grinder. Like, as soon as you have a meat grinder in a chapter, that's how you know it's gonna be messed up.
No, honestly, well, I remember when when I watched the trailer, I went to Best Buy to watch the Mockingjay Part 2 trailer because they had it on like a VR headset.
Oh,
Listen, it was
stop
like
it.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm not
You
even-
did not.
listen, I did.
I
It
did
was-
too.
It was like 2015, so like it's
That's
fine.
iconic.
And when I watched that trailer and I saw the meat grinder like happen, I was like,
No,
they're doing it. They're doing it. They're doing it.
Not the meat grinder.
And not the meat grinder, honestly. But like, I'm
Not
glad
standing in the middle of the Best Buy. What?
No, honestly, I was standing in the middle of a Best Buy, and it just had this VR headset on me, and I just was standing there awkwardly,
You go to
like
Best
watching
Buy.
this.
You go to
It's
Best Buy to buy a new TV. I go to Best Buy to watch the Mockingjay Part 2 trailer.
literally.
I
We are not
dragged
the
my whole
same.
family there, made them all watch it with me.
No,
Wait,
stop.
Oh, that's
really?
amazing. That's
I
amazing.
did. My mom came, my dad came,
That's
my brother
iconic.
came. We all got tickets to the movie. So
A family affair.
Honestly,
always.
Emily, have
I
I told
love-
you that I loved you? Because
did
Hey,
you do
you
the?
You
were
all
all
got
like
tickets this
this.
time?
Yeah, for real.
You know, we did.
Did you do the VR experience?
No, it wasn't VR at my Best
No,
Buy.
no. There was a VR experience, not with like the trailer. It was with.
Oh, it was like on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
did
did on
that.
YouTube, but like
What?
they did that at Best Buy as well.
I think
it was
it's
like a
still on
recap.
YouTube.
It is. I have an Oculus 2 like VR headset that I bought during the pandemic for no reason at
Of
all.
course.
I don't know why I bought it, but anyway, you can still watch it to this day, and it's very interesting. It's like the end of Mockingjay or the end of Catching Fire, slash Mockingjay Part 1 slash Mockingjay Part 2. It's like a
I sent it in the
story.
chat
Yes,
for later,
it's so
or I'll
good.
put it
Please
in
watch
the
it.
group chat too.
Please watch it. Stuff was different back then. I cannot see them doing that for Ballad. So
Well,
chapter
then-
22.
Chapter 22.
Yeah, well, I like that Katniss, another win for Jackson, is the first one to be like, no, we're not going to leave you, Katniss. We're your guard.
I do like Gale when he says, "I'm not leaving you." Like, that was actually kind of kind of him. He does one nice
Okay,
thing.
But I
No,
mean, of
you-
course he's not leaving her.
Yeah.
And also, like, you can't
at least he
say,
did it.
I kind of like Gale.
It's the bare minimum, and that's what I expect
know.
out of him.
Yes.
Oh, look at him. He did a thing that normal friends do for each other.
Literally.
Yay! Round of applause.
I'm not
Proud of
even going to
you.
give him that. He doesn't deserve a round of applause.
So yeah, then they're on the run from it's dragged on a lot more. Like, I understand in the movie they did it like to kind of amp
So
up.
quickly.
Yeah, but and create tension, but here it's just like it like the chase happens for a while.
Mhm.
That's how it is for the rest.
Who,
I mean,
me?
I know, as soon as I said that, I
The
said chase.
Chase, why did you do that to Katniss? Come on.
What the heck?
I love Kit Kat.
Jeez.
Okay.
Katniss just tries to keep like sacrificing herself. She's like, everybody go, leave me, carry on with the mission.
Oh
But
man.
then they realize that the Mutts are killing everything and everyone. So,
Yes.
whoops.
It's just, I mean, I think they did a good job in the movie of like keeping the action like one after another. Like it went from like the weird melty beams to like the meat grinder. Like it, like they did it very well, but I just think the placement is very strange now reading this or rereading this. I think it's cool to see it happen before Finnick's death.
Ugh.
And then don't get me, I mean, it's upsetting, but don't get me started about the woman that she shoots at the end of the chapter.
Oh, yes.
I have so
I
much.
love that
Not
woman.
the sausage
No.
lady.
No, there was such a big conspiracy with that when that was.
Wait, what?
Because there was like with fans thought that Rebel Wilson was a sausage lady, and they did
What?
film.
No
I'm not
way.
even. I'm not kidding you. I'm
What?
not kidding you. I'm
Oh
not
my
kidding you.
gosh.
There's
Ronnie, what side of Twitter were you on?
No, there's an entire Hunger Games fireside chat about this where Rebel Wilson was a sausage lady, and they did film the scene. Like you can see, there are clips of Katniss shooting somebody on a balcony.
Oh,
I don't know
wait,
if you
I
guys have
remember
seen
this.
this.
I
Yes.
remember this.
Okay, good. And they
I'm
cut it from the
losing my
movie,
mind.
but like I don't know if like it was Rebel Wilson. I don't know if she was kidding or whatever, but
Oh
like
my
they at
gosh.
least shot Katniss killing somebody before they go into an apartment.
We gotta find those, like, the pictures.
It was on Tumblr. Like which
Oh, good luck
Tumblr-
finding that.
I know I could never. But anyway, we're not to there yet. So
I'll look in my archive. See if
please,
I have it on
please,
Tumblr.
please. But also the
Oh.
Rebel Wilson rumor was very strong. Like people really,
I have
because she said on
never
Twitter that she was
heard
going to be in it. It's
Oh my god.
but like
That's
she was
stupid.
probably joking. She was joking. But still she joked about it and people believed her, which I did. I definitely did.
This
And we
poor
thought that
lady getting
we
killed by
thought she was-
Katniss.
You know what? It
Well,
happens.
I think of the BuzzFeed quiz that we took, Emily, with doesn't it say it's a hot dog?
A hot dog, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, it does say that.
Now I know the answer to that BuzzFeed quiz. And I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
This poor lady, though, she was just trying to get some cheap rent being in the the utility apartment.
Yeah. She
I
wasn't
still think it
maybe
was
she
a
wasn't gonna
sausage.
call for help. Maybe she was gonna say hi or something. You don't know.
Candace Everdeen, hey, what's up? A big fan.
Big
fan.
Oh no.
We're
Oh,
not
yeah, I
even
found the
there yet.
article.
Though.
Oh no.
Oh wait, you did, Jerry.
About Rebel
Oh my
Wilson. She actually
gosh.
gave a quote. She was like, seriously, I have had meetings about being in Hunger Games. Yes, it was one of the people in the Capitol. That's all I'll say. There aren't a lot of
Yes.
open roles because they've already been cast. But that would be super awesome. I love to be in the Hunger Games.
I'm so shook right now.
So
What?
stupid.
Wow.
But we
what
listen.
reality is this? Where are we?
It was like 2013. We thought that Rebel Wilson was going to be in it at that point because of that quote.
How did I miss that? This is like literally the first time I've ever heard anything about this.
Same.
Yeah, seriously, me too.
You learn
I'm
something
just-
new every day. You really do.
Some
I'm just-
important
I'm-
information.
I'm just like in the Hunger. I'm deep. I'm deep into the Hunger Games fandom. I know some very obscene rumors about the filming.
That's iconic. I don't think anything will ever beat that.
Oh, I have some other things. But stay tuned.
like-
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I feel like we should start new ones for Ballad.
Oh yes.
Oh, I would love to do that.
You know, even if it's just us and it doesn't catch on, but like it'd be funny if it did.
What's
So
our first
everybody
one?
start thinking about wacky casting choices or
I mean, like in 10 years, we're gonna be able to look back and be like, remember that time when we thought it was Lee? Lucy
Oh my
Gray.
gosh.
I'm still very proud of that, even though it amounted to
That was
nothing.
good. That was real good.
I felt like I was doing the fan thing. I was like, I figured it out before the official announcement.
Oh, we're in it deep,
No.
guys.
let's just start a rumor that, let's say, Will Ferrell is President Rabbit still. Like, I don't know. Just say something crazy.
No, he plays Old Snow because they couldn't get Donald back.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
right.
that he
Oh my
plays
God.
Sejanus.
Imagine if
Because-
they still had the peacekeeper costumes that were like covered with like the face and the helmet and everything. It's like
Oh,
any celebrity
gosh.
could just be, in
Like
there.
Daniel
'cause they
Craig
wanted
and
to
Jack
be
Black.
right, like Star
Yes.
Wars. It's that level, right?
It is. I think so.
It's like that, like,
just-
I don't know if it was like a meme or if someone actually wanted this, or like it was like a fan cast, but it was like JoJo Siwa as Lucy Gray.
Oh my god, stop.
And I was like, don't get me
Yes.
wrong, I love JoJo, but not like that.
Yes, that's iconic.
Yeah, it's not Rachel Ziegler singing, it's JoJo Siwa.
Oh my god, they
Yes.
had her do the vocals.
Yeah.
Please, somebody post this.
Wait, that's so
I
funny.
would cry.
This is a really niche thing. I don't expect anyone to know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to say it anyway. If any of you have seen the movie American Satan or know anything about it,
Oh my god.
I knew you would. I had a feeling. But Andy Biersack, whatever, lead singer of Black Veil Brides, is the lead lead actor in that movie. But because he's under contract, I think with Interscope, he couldn't use his own singing voice in the movie because it was being put up by Sumerian Records. So they had Remington Leith from Palais Royale, I guess is how you say it, do the singing vocals for him for the movie, but it's different. And like, I'm used to Andy Black's like normal singing voice. It was so weird. It worked out, but like, I'm like, that's such a weird thing to do. Like, why can't he just use his own voice for a movie? Like, really? It's not even like it's a Black Veil Brides project or something, It was so weird. But anyway,
Honestly.
it just reminded me, like, what if, there was some, maybe that's a rumor we could start. Like,
Yeah.
Rachel
Yeah.
can't use her voice because of a label
She's under
issue,
contract, yeah.
and JoJo Siwa is lending her voice. JoJo Siwa singing The Hanging Tree, please.
Yeah.
I am a little bit scared about Sejanus. Who did the poll? Who did the poll the other day? That was the only reason why Josh was cast
that was
as,
Kaylee.
Kim.
Mhm.
Oh, it was Kaylee.
which problematic opinion here, but like I agree. I think it's gonna be good. But it's just like, yikes.
I kind of agree, but I also, they wouldn't have cast somebody who couldn't do the part.
The nepotism
Yeah.
isn't that big.
We'll see what happens. I just really hope they cast him for just his audition and that he's good. We'll see.
It'll be fine.
Which, I mean, it's crazy how we got off so off the rails from Mockingjay.
As usual.
Back to the meat grinder, I guess.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's really dig into the meat of this chapter here.
Oh my god.
Let's
no.
grind. Let's
I
grind.
forgot
into
we
the
were reading
meat.
Mockingjay, guys.
Well, we get the meat grinder, and then we get Masala just absolutely getting the
Awful.
flesh
Turns to
melted
goo.
off of him.
Awful. That is
Yeah.
one of the worst things to me.
Ugh.
I hate it so much.
Just the
That's so upsetting.
description.
Yeah,
Just with his head tilted back, held captive by the beam. I can't
like
tell
his
if he's
mouth
yelling.
open.
Oh,
Yeah,
Uh,
it just.
like,
Which, like,
what
in the
is
movie,
that?
I mean, it's a melty beam. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a melty beam. Just melts you.
Ugh. That's probably the worst death. Like in terms
It's
of
either-
like what happens to somebody.
I agree with that, but it's either that or the barbed wire situation,
oof.
which like no. but also later on in the book, the street opening up and then just like
Oh, yeah.
unidentified forms,
that
just
was
like
so
ew.
I wonder if Suzanne ever watched the Saw franchise. Like
Yeah,
maybe she's a
seriously.
big Saw franchise, and they're both Lionsgate productions. You know, I'm just saying.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a weird like hyperfixation on the Saw franchise in high school, and like fell down a rabbit hole of people like writing their own traps and like Saw fan fiction, and I was like,
Oh no. Oh
it
no.
was very interesting. I'll give people that, but then I'm also like, why? Like, please. But you know, I wonder if that's something that Suzanne has considered because she's real creative with these. And I don't know about like real life inspiration for some of them because they're too futuristic, you know.
Yeah.
And thank God for that. You know, I'm like, where are you getting these ideas, girl? She watched the bonus features on the Saw DVDs and was like, this is where it's at.
or she's just like very emotionally disturbed.
Yeah, maybe that's why she lives in the woods with her family. She's like, I know that I'm a danger, so I'm just gonna live this.
Then we get the mutts appearing. Which I love the description where like they think that they're peacekeepers at first and then she realizes that they're mutts.
Ugh.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it is. And how they just start killing anyone, including the peacekeepers.
Which I wish it would have done the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, by the end of the book, you feel kind of bad for the peacekeepers, especially when like the bombs drop. But I would have liked to have seen at least one peacekeeper get his head bitten off by a lizard butt.
Oh my god. Revenge. Sweet
It'd have been cool to
revenge.
see like it would have been cool to see like Commander Thread again, you know, being like, oh, like he got deployed back in the
yes.
capital and then he got. You know,
Dun, dun, dun.
someone write a fan fiction about that.
Just about that.
It's very specific, but I'll be appreciative.
Somebody would read it at that point.
Yeah.
The reptilian mutts are very scary. I think they do a good, really good job in the movie. Other than just like the jaws.
They remind me a lot of the creature from Pan's Labyrinth with the eyes.
Oh
yes, I agree.
Yes.
Mhm.
That was another weird hyperfixation in when I was growing up, but it's just such a great creature design. And when I saw that's because the mutts in the movie are not how I imagine them, like from reading the book, you know. So I was kind of surprised by them in the film. I can't decide if they're worse or better than what I imagined because I mean the description of them is. You also get a detail from the book that is not in the film and it's not really important, but it's the fact that they smell like roses.
Yeah, and how
It's
strong
so
it is.
odd.
That's so
and
disturbing.
Very
cruel
disturbing.
and just and obviously that's not something that's in the film and it doesn't need to be, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, that's to me is like my favorite detail about them.
Mm.
Because it's like on top of like the physical horror of them just being like these really scary looking things, it's like the psychological, like, oh, you went through the trouble of making sure that they smell like roses just to mess with Katniss that much more. Like,
Jeez, yeah.
do you have no free time? Like,
And Katniss addresses
That's
that, like
Honestly.
thinking about it, that like the worst mutts are ones that mess with you on a psychological level,
mhm.
Hmm.
which they kind of took out from the movies, except for like the Jabberjays.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of like the dog mutts in the first one, how they're supposed to look like the dead tributes, and it's like unclear whether or not they actually are, you know, infused with the DNA or whatever, or bodies or like the eyes even, you know. And the lizard mutts for me are kind of like an echo or like a parallel of those mutts, but just like level 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Jabberjays too, but on a different level with the
Yeah.
voices.
The Jabberjays are so upsetting. Like,
Yeah.
that is the worst I think, experience that anybody could ever go through.
And then Finnick, everyone.
What are you talking
Rip.
about?
Finnick.
My page is blank.
Wait, what happened to Finnick? What do you mean?
It's just so
Nothing.
sad. The
Don't worry about it.
description. It's as if I'm Finnick watching images of my life flash by. The mast of a
No.
boat, a silver parachute, Meg's laughing, a pink sky, Dee trident, Annie in her wedding
Mm-mm.
dress, waves breaking over the rocks. Then it's over. I'm like, oh,
Here's what we're not gonna do.
we're not gonna talk about that.
It's so quick.
Yes.
One paragraph, and I was like kind of annoyed. Like, why isn't this a bigger moment? Why isn't this like the big chapter ending even? Like,
Yeah, I thought it was
Mhm.
a chapter ending. I didn't
It's so
realize that it
understated in
wasn't.
comparison.
But like, I kind of get why she just continued from then
Yeah.
on, like just
Yeah.
immediately. I
Oh,
mean, it's like with the
totally.
movie, it's just boom, 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 boom.
And it's
I
kind
don't
of,
have a better adjective other than that.
yeah, no, I mean it's war. It doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't care. Like
it's too real. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, it
Like, just-
eventually catches up with her. Emotionally, anyways, yeah.
I'm like, Suzanne, just lie to us just a little bit. Just a little. Make us feel like Finnick matters to the world.
Oh, it's so sad.
And then Nightlock, rip.
Oh,
And then
Shit.
Peta goes, leave me. I can't hang on. Ah, and then we get the makeout scene that we all wanted all along.
We all want it.
I was
Honestly,
good,
really wanted.
but my posters are in the background when when the kiss happens in the movie.
There you go.
oh my god,
I love that part in the movie. It's so good.
it's
I
so
cry.
good.
I could have the one poster that was on the wall behind them.
See,
I don't
that's
know.
that's monumental for me. Always.
And so depressing. Just so depressing.
It's not depressing, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. But like, my god, to take some time out just to be like, you love me, right?
Yeah.
To a guy. Like, it's
Let's just think about what we had to get through to get to that kiss, though.
no, that's true. That's very true.
It's so painful. And then
Then he says always.
always,
Oh,
and I cry.
Audible groan. Audible audience groan.
But then only what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are left as they run onto the streets, which is really
and then
sad.
she shoots the woman.
Rebel Wilson.
Literally, I
my God.
swear to God.
I can't with that. That is so
But-
ridiculous.
But like there is footage of her shooting a woman outside of an apartment building.
I believe
like-
that.
I'm not even kidding you. Like it was taken from a distance. It was on Tumblr, so I'm gonna have to
Gotta
find
be
it. But
even,
I
like lower quality than the set pics we were getting for Ballad.
it wasn't though. It wasn't though, strangely enough. Like I'm gonna have to
We
find
gotta
it to
find
send to
this.
y'all. It's
This sounds way more familiar though. I don't know about Rebel Wilson, but the shooting with the woman thing, that definitely feels very familiar.
yeah, it was a thing. I don't think it was Rebel Wilson that got shot.
I'm looking
But-
at my archive. When would this have been?
2014,
14.
yeah. Early 2014.
I have way too many posts. This might take a while.
I just looked up Rebel Wilson Mockingjay or Hunger Games,
Oh
and
my
I found
gosh.
that article.
Is there
On
the
Twitter.
picture?
Oh no, not with the picture, but with the art for the article.
I am literally looking up Hunger Games. Like shooting woman.
Oh my god.
I don't know what else to say because like it is.
Google's gonna put you on a watch list.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, I'm already there. I'm sure.
Oh
They're like,
gosh.
they're like, this person really likes the Hunger Games. That's cool. I like that book too. And then it's like a few posts, a few searches later. This person really likes the Hunger Games. Like really likes it. I'm kind of concerned now. No, I'm kidding.
I literally asked my parents last night. I was like, so what was it like? Were you concerned having like a young adult like just
Tell me your experience.
obsessed? They were like, yeah, we were actually a little worried. I mean, it was a weird thing to be obsessed with.
My mom skipped that phase. She was just so excited that I was excited about a book because that had literally never happened and
Aw.
has yet
Same.
to ever happen since then. But when I finished reading the first book, I like ran down from my room and like basically demanded $20 so I could go to Barnes and Noble to get Catching Fire and Mockingjay. And she was so stunned, but she was like, she told me later on, she's like, you were, I've never seen you get that excited about a book ever. So I didn't question it. And I just gave you the money.
Aw.
Aw.
Well, glad that worked out that one time.
Aw. Thanks, Suzanne.
Right? I know. Making miracles happen every day.
I love how when I looked up Mockingjay Part 2 Katniss shooting woman, the only
Coin?
posts that come out, yeah, is Coin. It's Coin.
She does shoot her.
She does.
Mhm.
We'll get to that. But yes. Spoilers.
Yeah, please. I haven't read that part yet.
I mean, the next part is absolutely insane. I mean, it's where S-word hits the fan.
Dun dun dun. I'm
We're gonna have a lot.
I'm gonna go look for this clip real quick.
I swear to God, it is. Does anybody else remember this clip? Like anybody, please. I'm not crazy. No. Okay.
No, I mean, I definitely feel like I know what you're talking about.
I just remember like they're all running and then she shoots the woman and then you just hear the woman going, ah, and she falls to the ground.
I can't. Oh my
And
god.
this literally it.
Okay,
And,
but like where is it? I'm at the part where they're just like coming in on the mansion. Is it before
no,
that?
it's way before that. It's when they get out of the subway, like after the whole in the movie, like masala gets dissolved in the meat grinder in the movie. And then it was right after, like, because
Okay.
she was like, "Oh, I know where we are. I know where we are." Like
Wait.
they filmed it on.
Can I share my screen, Emily?
Yeah.
Or is that allowed on YouTube? Are we allowed to show this?
We'll find out.
It depends on what it is.
Okay, let's see.
If the call drops, we know what happened.
Okay.
There we are.
Excuse me. What happened? It was playing a second ago.
What?
Oh, it might have that same thing as like Netflix where like
Oh
it can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I tried, everyone. I tried.
Wait
Wait
for it.
Nah.
I
Okay.
tried.
Not the woman with the purple hair.
Oh, no, yeah, now it's playing.
Lame.
I'm
I
gonna
wanted to
find it. I'm
watch it
gonna
with
send it to
everyone.
y'all. It's very good, and I wish they would have kept it in the movie. It was right after Vinnick's death, and I think they filmed it in London. I want to say like at that, or it was either London or Paris. At this very cool apartment complex, and
Oh, that's
she just like
Paris.
shoots a woman. You know, it's fine. She just does it, and they didn't keep it in the movie, which I'm a little confused by. It's one deleted scene that I wish they would have like shown us.
Which clip were you trying to show?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I was trying to show like right after they left like underground, right before they see Tigress.
It might be
Yeah.
on YouTube. Like sometimes
I
they
tried
have
to look
clips on YouTube.
Let's see. Uh,
I'm gonna hunt for this, no matter what.
I'm hunting.
Someone have like play that Katniss Afoot
I
song, but
might
it's
be
Holly.
able to.
My God.
Holly Afoot.
Holly Afoot. Okay, so there's, I don't know. I'm trying so hard. It's like the parts around it, but not specifically the part I'm looking for.
Oh,
We might have to look at Tumblr for this.
Pulling out the big guns.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just Finnick's death, and then when they see Tigress, like it's the parts around it.
I'm gonna find it.
What a tragedy.
Honestly.
Oh wait,
It
Capital.
is-
It's not the Capital Raid. Wait.
No, it's
Maybe.
not. No, it was filmed from like a very far distance. But you could tell what was going on.
We should do a watch along again.
yes.
We should. Honestly, I'd be down. Like I said, Mockingjay Part 1 is like my favorite, I want to say, out of the movies. Other than Catching Fire, I love Catching Fire, but Mockingjay Part 1 slaps.
Well, that's all I have. I have nothing. I have no clips. And I'm the clip girl.
I'm like looking
Listen,
through
I'll
my
find it.
Tumblr.
I will
It's, like,
find it
old
and
set
send it to
photos.
y'all.
Well, those are pretty awful chapters. We're
Mhm.
closing
Just
in. We
wait.
have 3 more weeks left of Mockingjay.
Wow.
I just want y'all already know what I'm gonna say.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I know.
Almost there.
If you say so.
It's all very upsetting.
So next week is chapters 23 and 24.
Oh,
We get one. Oh, I'm so ready to rant about one of these parts in here. I'm so excited.
Ooh, yay.
And then we get another death. Dun dun dun.
just one more.
Just one, maybe 2. I don't know.
Maybe several hundred, I
Maybe,
guess.
I wonder
yeah.
I wonder who it could be.
Gee.
Is it Katniss? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Stay
Oh, thank
tuned.
God she did
Bellatrix?
not do that. Yeah, I was like, thank God. This
I
is
was gonna
not
say,
Divergent.
do not pull Veronica Roth on this.
Well, does anyone have anything else?
Just give us some ballad news, please.
Please, please.
Please.
Rest in peace, Finnick.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh,
Pour one out.
R.I.P.
Everyone
Our
at
boy.
home. Pour one out.
Pour one out.
Mhm. Think of your favorite Finnick memory.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. If that's it, then check out. We haven't really advertised it, but we had a new episode come out this weekend, so go listen to
Hey,
that or
Mitch.
watch. Woohoo! A Hey Mitch episode, our quarter quell episode.
King.
It was very good.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. And we'll see you next week for more Mockingjay and ballad news. There will be ballad
For
news. I
sure.
know it.
Potentially, yes.
Good night, everyone.